Welcome to Underworld Gates, and this is going to be a fast and quick tutorial on how to merge the edges of an image to use on the background of the Bloody Palace. Here we have here I have imported an image, okay? This image in here. I'm going to disable the lock thing, and I'm going to select these two here so I can move. If we look quickly, the edges are different. I mean, they are supposed to connect when they are in the Bloody Palace. If I am to duplicate this image, let's do this with Ctrl J, Ctrl plus J. I'm going to move this image in here, and then I'm going to move this image in here. You can see that they do not connect, right? You can see that there's a division in here. So an easy way to solve this, there are two ways to solve this. The first one, that is the easiest, but it's not the best. Works, but it's not the best. We can duplicate this image, which I already did in here. See, we have two times the same image, okay, right? So I'm going to hit Ctrl T, right click, and click here on flip horizontal, right? So we have the same image, but mirrored. Then I'm going to put this image in here, more or less in here, and in here. So you see the image is mirrored. This is a way that works, but I'm going to show a different way that works as well. Right now you can import this, and if you, let's see, if I merge these images in here, I merged both images, right? There's only one in here. I'm going to copy only the selected area and duplicate. So right now we have only the area that I highlighted, right? So I'm going to duplicate this again, so you can see that right now the edges, they connect. You see, the edges are connected. No matter how much I move, the edges will always connect, this edge with this edge. But there is another way that will look more real, because this way we lost a lot of the information of the original image. And right now, while I'm doing this tutorial, I don't have a script, so if I repeat things, forgive me. So right now, we have a sun in here, and in the Bloody Palace, it's best if the sun is at the edges, because there is a huge light on the Bloody Palace skybox, and that light stays right on the edge of the image. So another way that we can make a good background for the Bloody Palace is to merge the edges as well, but we're not going to duplicate the entire image, just the edge. More or less, let's say, just give an example. It's kind of like if we duplicate this part of the image in here, right? But instead of duplicating this way, this raw way, we're going to blur a bit what we just duplicated. So I have this highlighter, right? So I'm going to create a layer mask. Here, create a layer mask. Now that we created a layer mask, highlight the layer mask in case this isn't highlighted already, right? Just click on it. And if in case this small, I don't know how to call it, but in case this is not in here, click here in the middle so it locks the layer mask. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to paint the mask in black and white. And in case you don't know, when you paint the mask, you're not painting the actual image, only the mask. And right now, you can see that the mask is entirely white. If we inversed the mask, you can see that the image now is invisible. So you can see, I disable the layer mask, I enable the layer mask. But let's change it back to white, and don't worry about making the image appear all white in here. I just showed the entire mask so you can understand what I'm doing. Okay, right now I have the image selected, but I'm going to highlight the mask again. And what am I going to do? I'm going to click here on the gradient tool. In case it is the paint bucket, just click on with the right button on the mouse and highlight gradient tool. Now with the mask selected, I'm going to click in here, more or less, and paint the mask. you can see that the edge is kind of hard, right? So let's try again until it blurs a little better. Okay, is a bit better. Let's try this. I want it a little more blurred. Okay, this might be enough. No, I'm not comfortable with this. Uh, let's do it differently. Let's duplicate the whole image. Okay, Ctrl J and add a mask. And now I'm going to click on here and I'm going to do the same, but with a larger chunk of the image selected. Let's say, let's click in here. Okay, I think this should be enough. I think I'm gonna try. Now that we made this image, of course, with this in here, you cannot see perfectly, but we're going to click on the image in here. Now, instead of highlighting the mask, I'm going to highlight the whole image. Click here in the middle with this thing selected, right? Move to. I clicked on the V button on the keyboard, but I didn't see. But in any case, if you are here, you can just click on the V and it's going to highlight this tool in here. Right now, we use the shortcut, we're clicking here, use Ctrl plus T, oh god damn it, highlight this, Ctrl plus T, right button, and flip horizontal, okay? Now that you flip the horizontal, you can see that the edges in here are merging better, you know? Let's hide and put it again. You can see since the edge in here is blurred, it's merging better with the image. So if I aim to put this thing in here, let's duplicate both of these images in here. Ctrl plus J duplicates, right? So I'm going to drag both of these images here to the middle. Yes, and then I'm going to move this here just so you can see that the edges are merging right now. See, there's not a line in here. It's perfectly merged. So now that we did this, we can select all layers and drag this to the middle. And you can see that the image is whole. We didn't lose a lot of details. And the sun or the moon is in the edges. So after doing this, you're going to click on File, Save As, click here on DDS, okay, Intel. Of course, you're going to select the original texture that you're going to replace, but right now I'm just giving an example of how to change the background. Click on Save. The settings are color. Here you can put VC1 for BPP and click on Auto Generate. Then export. And done. You have the perfect image to add to your background on the Bloody Palace.